All right, let's get a little instant reaction going. Chris Haynes, shout out to the guy, Chris Haynes, just broke a story. We're pulling it up now on Yahoo. We'll break it down together, in which he says, let's go ahead and share the screen, which he says that Westbrook, Anthony Davis commit to making the Lakers' big three work. I mean, just looking at the headline, I'm not even going to read it. It just gives me a headache. The problem with the big three wasn't coaching, wasn't commitment. It does not work. In the year of our basketball lords of 2022, you cannot play a brand of basketball with those three players on the court when all three of them and their essence are downhill players. It's not Russell Westbrook's fault. He's not a bad guy. He's one of the top 75 players of all time. He's a former MVP, Mr. Triple-Double. It just doesn't fit. So you must have quit. If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit. Yeah. They huddled on a phone conversation the first weekend of Summer League. This can't be true. So I thought this was today. It doesn't look like it was today. After a disappointing 2021, blah, blah, blah. That parted ways. Well, I don't know. Maybe this is to get leverage. That's my only hope. As a basketball fan, I would like to see Kyrie Irving there because it adds another contender, adds more interest in the league right now. Brooklyn's not a contender. The Lakers are not a contender. You add them on. KD goes to a contender, more contenders, more fun. As a Lakers fan, your hope is that this is the Lakers posturing to get the Nets to move. The Nets seem like, I don't understand. I've said it before. I think they're losing time. Let me give you an example. You know, a lot of people said, hey, well, the Nets are trying to do what the Sixers did with Ben Simmons. You know, they waited and waited and waited and waited, and eventually the trade that they wanted came available. That is not a congruous example. And this is the reason. Ben Simmons was 25. KD is 34. Every day he is on a decline. He is on, if this was 3 years ago, this trade would have happened by now because he would be 31. But at 34, every day progresses. Every day you have a chance of additional injury to someone who's been hurt multiple times. And every day, obviously, he gets older. But when you're 24 and say Ben Simmons wants to sit out for 2 years, you're 26 when you're done sitting out. That's still young in NBA years. You're still not even in your physical prime. But if you're 34 and you sit out 2 years, you're 36. You see the difference? So time is not on the Brooklyn Nets side. You don't want KD to play for you next year if he's not committed because he is an injury away from completely ruining his trade value. He missed half the season with another knee injury. This man has had foot surgery. If you remember those times when he had injured feet, this man has had knee surgery, tore his Achilles. It's time to move on. So maybe this is the Lakers saying, hey, okay, you guys don't want to trade him? Fine. You know, I've seen the scenarios, been batching around. It seems like the Nets want 2 picks. It doesn't even seem like the Nets are really ready to move until KD is ready to move. And the Lakers have kind of saber-rattled like, hey, we'll go get Eric Gordon. And maybe this is saber-rattling. You have to hope that this is saber-rattling. Because once again, I don't think that Russell Westbrook's a bad guy. There's a certain structure that he plays and does well with. He plays well in Russ ball. When the ball is in his hands and there's shooters everywhere. Now, I'm not saying he can't play with another offensive player. He's played with multiple league leaders in scoring. Bradley Beal almost led the league in scoring. KD has led the league in multiple times in scoring. James Harden led the league in scoring when Russell Westbrook plays. It's not that he's a selfish player. To get the best out of Russell Westbrook, you need spacing. That's not going to happen on the Lakers. That's not going to happen. 5 out is not going to happen. You have LeBron, you have AD. Their best skill is getting down to the basket, right? So call it. You tried it. It didn't work. That's like asking LeBron to be Rudy Gobert. That's not the best use of his talent. He wouldn't do a good job of being Rudy Gobert. Just do what Rudy Gobert does: defend the rim and dive and get lob dunks. This is arguably the greatest player of all time, but if you put him in that position, he won't do well. They put Russell Westbrook in a position that he's not going to do well. There's no negativity to him. He's not a bad guy. He's one of the greatest players of all time, voted top 75 player of all time, voted MVP, triple-double king. We love Russ, okay? This idea that Russ is going on this hate campaign and everyone hates Russ, that's just further from the truth. This is not working. Hire fast, fire fast. Hopefully, this is just a tactic that the Lakers are using to get the Nets to move. And hopefully, common sense will get to the Nets. Time is not on your side. Even if more teams come into this deal, maybe, I don't know, I heard that Washington is interested, but, KD, I think he was born in D.C. It's kind of sketchy. Is Bradley Beal interested enough for KD to play? I mean, I don't. So, all right, let me know what you think. Leave a comment, subscribe. All right, thank you for watching this clip. Do me a favor, push the button, hit subscribe. Come on, man, push it.
Go everybody up! Push the goddamn button! Push the goddamn button! You heard what she said.
Man, do what's right. You heard her. Push the button. The game is a game.
So what's up, man? What's up with you otherwise, The game is a game. Always.